Hey, my name is Mike, and this is a too long didn't read version of the Hellfire High Council on Mythic. If the other two bosses are near Dia Dark Whisper, they will become immune to damage. She also periodically transforms into a Void Beast and does a high amount of damage on the tank. This ability is called Nightmare Visage, and it should be mitigated. She puts out Mark of the Necromancer, which is a permanent stacking dot. If you dispel this, it jumps to 3 nearby players. If you do dispel the mark, it will deal a little bit of raid-wide damage. The only way for this to permanently go away is for Dark Whisper to do her Reap ability. Anyone affected by a Reap will also spawn a Void Zone underneath them. Make sure to run Reap to a wall. She also makes the ground turn purple, at which point there's a raid-wide AoE. There's also these big void ghosts flying around the room doing damage to anyone caught in their fire. At 30% health, she puts Mark of the Necromancer on about half the raid, and she also stops doing Reap. For Blade Master Jubathos, an arrow spawns underneath him. This is the direction he'll be throwing a boomerang, so don't stand in its path. Fellstorm is a raid-wide AoE that lasts 8 seconds. He spawns mirror images around the room that cast Fellstorm or the boomerang ability. He respawns in 45 seconds or after you've killed all the mirror images. At 30% health, he starts doing Wicked Strike, which deals damage to about half the raid. The damage this deals is increased as the fight goes on, and this increases even after Blade Master dies. Gurtog does Blood Boil to the 5 furthest away targets. This also applies a stacking dot to anyone that is hit. He puts a 30-second stacking dot on tanks called the Acidic Wounds. During Fell Rage, he'll fixate someone for 25 seconds. The fixated player does more damage to Gurtog. These brown swirlies indicate where he's going to leap. The further away you are from that leap, the less damage you take. At 30% health, he puts a permanent stacking debuff on everyone that decreases their maximum health by 10% per stack. This stack does not disappear after Blood Boil dies. The recommended order is Blood Boil, Blade Master, and then Dark Whisper. My guild used all our big offensive cooldowns for 30% on Gurtog. We used our defensive cooldowns for the Ghost phase and the Mirror Image phase. We had one tank on Dia and the other tank on the other two bosses. There's 2 spots in the room that are hard to explain but are utilized in this video. These spots are never affected by Dia's ghosts. This eliminates people having to dance around them. These spots are near the doors on the side of the room. We had 2 groups of 5 people, one of which started out as the furthest away group. Once they reached about 3 stacks of Blood Boil, they would run in, and then the other group would run out so they could start getting stacks. When a player was fixated by Gurtog, they kept him where he was on top of Blade Master. If one of the Blood Boil people was fixated, they would also run on top of Blade Master. The tank on Dia would substitute as the 5th player getting Blood Boil. If needed, we could hand of protection the dot off of them. During the Ghost phase, we had the 2 groups of players for Blood Boil run into Gurtog and Blade Master and stack on them. During this phase, we had melee be at max range from the boss. This way, they were the ones getting the stacks of Blood Boil. But once the Ghost phase ended, the 2 groups ran back out and started their rotation again. During the Mirror Images phase, we had a specific path we cleared out, which got rid of any mirrors near our 2 positions in the room and on the Dia tank. If we had time after all those died, we would kill off any extra ones to avoid damage. But as soon as Blade Master came back in the fight, we switched to him and left any mirrors that were still alive. Make sure that during this phase you're staying in range of a healer, because it's really easy to outrange them when you go kill one of the far off mirrors. That was a too long didn't read version of the Hellfire High Council on Mythic. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching and have a great day.